Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Ryan here for a little bit of a different video. Now, I've done videos similar to this in the past with like different collection pickups of like various assorted games, varying in rarity or value in the past. Basically, collection pickups that I pick up because, if for those of you who didn't know, I am a retro game collector and player. I've been collecting games for roughly 2 years of going on about. It was like 2019 that I seriously got into it, so maybe about a year and a half or so. But essentially, I've been collecting games for a little while now, and for this video, while not all of them, because I have several rare and valuable games, I wanted to showcase a few highlights from my collection, and I might do this with other videos, because I have several games in my collection that I can showcase. And this isn't meant to brag about what I have or anything like that, but I just think it's cool to show off to you guys like the kind of things that I have, because I love talking about retro games. I love doing reviews and all the other gameplay stuff that you guys know that I do here and I have done on YouTube in general. So I just wanted to go through a few highlights, tell you guys a little bit about them and whatnot, and if you guys want me to do a video like this in the future, let me know, because value-wise and rarity-wise for a lot of the games I have in my collection, which is mostly PS1 and PS2, I have several games that are well worth over $100 at least. Like, several games. And I'm only showing not even a handful, just like a few of them at this point. So, I just wanted to do this little video with you guys, so let's get right into it with the very first game I want to showcase. And this one is a classic game, and one that is very spiked right now, I might add. This is Pokemon Sapphire on the Game Boy Advance. And as you can see there, pretty good copy. Has a little bit of wear and whatnot. I don't know if you guys can see it there on camera, like right there on the spine. But all in all, though, this game is in really good shape, and it's fully complete with everything, manual, insert, extra paperwork, and all that. Sapphire picked up a long while back, I think like early mid last year, that I ended up picking this game up. I don't remember exactly how much I bought it for. I swear it was like 50, 60 some bucks. But value-wise now, not only is this game getting harder and harder to find, like the old Pokemon games in general are completely hard to find, complete, but this game is going for about 200 bucks right now. And honestly, it was high in price even before that, but as more and more time goes on with a lot of these retro games that aren't made anymore, the price continues to go up on many of them, and they get harder and harder to find. But Sapphire was one that I really wanted for the longest time. Admittedly, I wanted Emerald more, but Emerald is way spiked in price, but I would still love to find a copy of Emerald, because Pokemon Emerald is one of my favorite games of all time. No doubt in my mind about that. It has been for a long time now. But Sapphire, though, is a really cool addition to my collection that I've had for a little while, and Generation 3 is my favorite gen of Pokemon as well, so it was just fitting to have in my collection, even though I primarily focus on PS1 and PS2 stuff. The next game I want to get out here was actually a game that I wanted for the longest time as well, and that is Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. And this game is, again, complete. Has the manual, and has the insert, and has all that other goodness. This is actually a pretty hard game to find, too. Initially, I know I paid up for this game whenever it came out, whenever I was looking into getting it, because at that point, I was in love with the Castlevania series through Symphony, which is also one of my favorite games of all time, Symphony of the Night. But I really wanted to get into this game because it was canonically a good follow-up with specific characters from that game, and overall, just like gameplay-wise and lore-wise, it was directly followed up from that game, even though it takes place way later in the timeline. But Aria of Sorrow I picked up. I traded a few different games that I had at the time for that game. I traded in a PS3 Collector's Edition that I had, and I also traded in a copy of Castlevania Bloodlines on the Genesis. I know. For those of you who are watching this that know how rare and valuable that game is, you can happily spare me in the comments for it, but I don't care, because while it was cool to have and it was an amazing condition and complete, I was not really I'm not collecting Genesis games. And honestly, out of all the Castlevania games, it's the Metroidvania ones that I am a bigger fan of. And this game is still really hard to find. I don't even know how much I ended up paying out of pocket for it. I'd rather not say. But anyway, but what I will say is this game's going for about 160, 170 bucks complete right now. And no, that's not what I paid for it, before anyone asks. But I just thought it was something really cool. I love the Castlevania series, and Aria of Sorrow is an amazing game on the Game Boy Advance. And it's just a really cool addition to have for my collection. Now, this is one I wanted to show. I have two other games I want to show you guys. This one I've never showed in a video, pickup or otherwise, but this one is a big box PS2, I suppose you could call it a collector's edition, special edition. This is Devil Summoner 2, what's the name of it? Raidu Kuzonaha versus King Abaddon. It is a PS2 Big Box Collector's Edition. Comes in this big overarching box. Comes with the game, which is still sealed in there, by the way. There's the back of it so you guys can get a better view. Pretty good condition. Has some, like, adhesive sticker residue on the top. But it also comes with a... What is it? What's his name? Jack? I don't even know. Yeah, it's like the mask. Hold on. Raiho. Okay, so Raiho plush. Apparently he's modeled after one of the characters in the game, but this is basically their Atlas's mascot, Jack Frost, if you want to call him that. But this is a really cool collector set to have. Atlas has published many good titles in the past. They have published countless fantastic RPGs, including Persona 3 and 4, which I also have in my collection. But these ones this is a fantastic set. I got this online off of Amazon, and this is one that I also paid for at the time. I paid up a little bit for in order to get it, because I couldn't find it anywhere else. I had the opportunity to buy it from a local game store of mine some time ago, but unfortunately at the time I just passed on it, and I really wanted it, so I eventually ended up tracking it down, and again, I financed it well enough, so I ended up getting the game and the box set. But it's a really cool addition to my collection. I find it really cool. I like to find more box sets like this in the future, and as well as like memorabilia from like PlayStation 2 stuff. While I'm on the topic of talking about that, this is really cool. This box set goes for like a little over $100, or like $110 roughly. Not as much as the other ones so far, but let me tell you what, it's fantastic. But yeah, there's some other PS2 stuff I want to get. And the last game I want to save for last, and it is also probably one of my favorite games in my collection. This was the game that started off me wanting to get games in the first place for my collection, but as far as rare and expensive games have gone, and that is a PS1 staple by Working Designs, Alundra. As you guys can see there, very, very clean copy, very nice copy. In fact, Working Designs always had the really nice, flashy covers. I actually have a PS2 Working Designs game as well. Alundra is a very rare and hard to find RPG. Very renowned game that is just now, like in recent memory, started to come up as like a fantastic PS1 game. And this game is worth, fully complete, about $120 to $130. Now, what makes this game extra valuable too, and a part of it that makes it really valuable, besides it's all complete with the manual and the typical stuff and all the discs, but the thing that makes it uber rare, in fact, the thing that's almost as rare as the game itself and priced almost as much, is the map. This game came with a map with the overworld and stuff like that on it. And let me tell you from experience and from the gaming community in general for collectors, as far as getting this game goes, this map is about as hard to find as you could ever expect. This map is the hardest component to find about this game. It's not an easy game to find, and it's also not the easiest game to get complete with the manual, but the map is almost as rare as the game itself, and is a very valuable piece, I'd argue, of like all PS1 games. And it is very coveted, and I was very fortunate to pick that up. I did not know at the time when I bought the game. No, I didn't pay anywhere close to 120 some bucks for it, by the way. I got a very good deal on it. But I did not know at the time that it came with the map. I had previously bought a copy, I believe, many months earlier, but I ended up trading it back in because it wasn't complete. It wasn't in the best shape, from what I recall, and it wasn't complete with the map or the manual. At that point, I didn't care about the map. I just wanted the manual with it. And when I found out this one, better condition copy, and had the manual in it, which would make it more complete at least, and I took it out to the car after I bought it, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I finally have this game in the collection, but it had the map with it, and I was very happy, because that is not something that you see all the time with it. Very rare thing to find. But I'm very happy to have this. This game is a very cool and rare PS1 RPG to have. It has some rare components to it that you don't see all the time and are almost impossible to find nowadays. And this game is also significant because it's the first major PS1 game that I wanted for my collection when I started up, like in 2019. So, that was it for this video, guys. I just wanted to show off a few rare games, just kind of talk to you guys about my experiences surrounding them, give you guys an idea of some rarity and price points with them. If you guys own any of these games, kudos to you. You hit yourself a jackpot, hopefully, and just keep the games. It's not about the value, though, and whatnot with it. I mean, it's cool to know, and it is cool at one point if you decide to sell them for money for whatever reason, but at the end of the day, it's just cool to have these games, and it's cool to be able to play and experience them, you know, and the rarity and value just adds to the experience besides any monetary gain. So, but either way, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below if you guys want me to show any more rare games from my collection. Like I said, I have quite a few more to show you guys. Because since my last pickup video that I did many months ago, I have added many more games to the collection, and I have another, at the time of this recording, another very rare PS2 limited edition to pick up at some point, so maybe I'll show that in a future video if you guys are interested. But let me know your rare games down in the comments section down below that you may have in your collection, or games that you want, or just what you thought about this in general. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.